So hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a long overdue question and answer. I used to do them like every few months and then I just stopped. And I think it's been like a year. So I posted on Instagram a picture saying ask me So I posted on Twitter and Instagram ask me any questions that you guys may have. And these are the questions. You guys left a lot of fucking questions. I think there's over like 300 collectively. Let's see how fast we can do this video, yeah? And yeah, I know I didn't post anything about it on YouTube, but that's because I just posted on Twitter and Instagram. And if you want to keep up to date with that stuff, follow me on both of those yokes. Anyway, first of all, I'm a little bit sick in this video, so forgive the voice, my dudes. And second of all, I'm not going to include screenshots. I'm just going to put in an entire ass screen recording because it's easier in editing for me. So, first of all, we have how old are you and why are you so beautiful? First of all, that's very nice, thank you. And second of all, I'm 22. I'm going to be 23 in June. Will you be going to Dublin Comic Con in August? I hope so. I go most years to Dublin Comic Con. That is where I met Michael Rooker. Why is it so hard to get the angles here? There. I met Michael Rooker at Dublin Comic Con, so it does get good guests and stuff. It doesn't get guests like, you know, Walker Stalker would or London Film and Comic Con would, but still, it's good. The merch is good. What is your favourite The Walking Dead episode? My favourite episode of The Walking Dead has always been and probably will always be Still. I always get absolutely shredded when I say that because it's not a popular episode, but I think for character development and for backstory and emotions and shit, Still, it's, if you guys don't remember, it's the episode with Daryl and Beth where Beth's like, I want to get a drink, and Daryl's like, eating snakes. I just love that episode. I think we get such an insight into Daryl, why he is the way he is, you know, what shaped him. And Beth, you get to see her as more than just a kid, you know. She is a kid trying to navigate this world who just lost her dad, possibly in her head lost her sister. They really shouldn't fit together. They shouldn't understand each other in any way, but they do. And I love that that's just explored in that episode. I could talk for hours about Still, my guys, okay? I don't know why I'm talking so fucking weird today. Can you check your DM requests? I will do that after the video. How much did your Comic-Con experience cost? I've never gone, but I'm tempted to go. Well, this year I think it was like £80 because I had GA, I had a general admission pass. Where is that? Why do I gotta keep moving out of the way to show stuff in the background? Ah! There you go. There. I had a general admission pass. I have gone for like platinum and gold in the past for past Walker Stalkers, which are more expensive than a regular weekend pass. But yeah. I think if you plan your weekend, GA is fine. Like, if you know what you're doing, it's fine. Like, if you buy photo ops and plan your weekend, you'll get shit done. And you should go next year. Tea or coffee? Tea all the fucking way. I don't like coffee. I don't really like the smell of it. It reminds me of, like, businessmen in elevators who are angry at the world. I just don't like coffee. It triggers migraines, so I'm like, yeah, stay the fuck away from that. I'm tea all the way. Poppy Crab. Yeah, I should probably use your guys' usernames before just reading out the questions. Oh well, we're like 3 minutes in now. If you could have dinner with 5 characters from The Walking Dead, past or present, who would you choose and why? And second, what made you want to do reaction videos and any advice for starting? Oh, dinner with 5 characters. Oh. Okay. I'm going to make this interesting, alright? I'm not going to go for like what you'd expect. I would pick Herschel and the governor, just so Herschel could sit there and give the governor a severe bitch face for having killed him and tell him off. I would pick Negan and Abraham, because I feel like whenever anyone talks about Negan, they're like, oh my god, he killed Glenn. And I'm like, you motherfuckers keep forgetting about Abe. So I would like to see Abraham sit at the table with Negan, because I feel like Abraham would have quite a few things to fucking say to that motherfucker, and given the characters that they are, I think they're really funny. Both of them. I think that their dialogue would just be fucking insane if they were together. And fifth and finally, probably Daryl, because... what age did you get your first tattoo? Fuck, years ago. Caitlin Scott said, I don't know if this is a question, but in one of Lady Gaga's music videos, Norman is in it. I know, bitch, she's in the video for Judas. I had that shit clocked back when I started loving Norman. Yes. It's a really interesting video. Make tea, not coffee. I like your username. Said, if you could swap out Abe and Glenn's deaths but other characters had to die, not Negan obviously, who would you put in the lineup? Oh god. I hate this because no matter what I say, I'm going to anger somebody. This is hypothetical, okay? It's not what I would actually do. I'm kind of sick of my voice. It's starting to go funny. I should have made tea. Why can't I put Negan in it? Why did you take him out of the option list? Well, if I could somehow time hop, I would go back to the lineup. I would find Alpha and Beta, and I'd put them in the lineup. Look at me being proud of myself because I thought of something somewhat smart. Chinese or Indian Takeaway by Jack Thompson. That sounded like a book title or a song. Neither, because I'm a celiac, so I can't eat wheat, which means I have to eat gluten-free stuff, and more often than not, Takeaway do not offer gluten-free options, so neither. Robert Jupp said, which Walking Dead character would you bring back? Rick. I miss that bitch. I miss him so much. Jackins said, what is your favourite tattoo that you have? My favourite tattoo is... I hate playing favourites because I do have so many. And all of them, they are special for one reason or another. But I have two that are my favourites. One of them, you guys never get to see this one because it's all covered by a t-shirt. But it's a verse from a song called My Blood by 21 Pilots. And I got each family member to write a line of it in their own handwriting. So the words are, when everyone you thought you knew deserts your fight, I'll go with you. You're facing down a dark hall, I'll grab my light and go with you. So I got my grandmother, my father, my brother and my mother to all write a line of that. And I got it tattooed, so it's quite personal. I love it. And my second favourite tattoo is a matching tattoo that I have with my mother. I've just realised how pale I look in this video. Calm down, you bitch. Can you guys see that? If you can't, like, I'm sorry. It says unconditionally, and I got it for, I think it was my 20th birthday. The day of my birthday, I got it with my mom. We were like, fuck it, let's get a matching tattoo. And that's just special. When did you get into The Walking Dead? I got into The Walking Dead when season 5 was airing. And I caught like an episode or something. My dad kept telling me to watch it, and I was like, no, Dad, I don't like zombies. Quite ironic, given the person I am now, right? I'm a walking fucking zombie. I missed the perfect opportunity to say I'm The Walking Dead. But my dad kept telling me to watch it, and he was like, no. And then I did, and then I got obsessed. So season 5 was on air, and I watched a couple of episodes, then I bought the box set, caught up completely, and then when season 6 started on air, I kind of jumped in and watched in real time. How did you start watching The Walking Dead? What caught your interest? The storyline or the characters? Thank you for doing this Q&A. You are so welcome. Thank you so much for asking questions. You guys have you asked good questions and a lot of them, so thank you guys for doing that. So I started watching because my dad told me, and in the beginning it was the storyline that got me interested. Not gonna lie, I thought the storyline was really different, and at the time I'd never seen anything like it, because like zombie shows back then weren't really big. They weren't like a thing. Now you've like Santa Clarita Diet and iZombie and stuff, and Z Nation, but back then you didn't have any of that. So I was like, whoa, this is different. But then when I got up around season 3 or 4, the individual character storylines completely stole the show for me. Who do you prefer, Negan or Rick? This is another one that's going to make people really angry. So here's the deal, okay? I love Rick because Rick is The Walking Dead to me. But I love Negan. Yes, people, when you say you love Negan, people get so mad and they get so angry and they take it so personally. And it's like, yes, I know that this fictional character fictionally killed 2 other fictional characters and created a lot of shit. I know. But that doesn't take away from the fact that Negan is funny. He says funny shit. I think he looks cool. Well, you know, he used to. He doesn't wear his Negan uniform anymore. But you know, the leather jacket and the jeans and all the belts and Lucille. I just think that he's such an interesting, unique character. And I love Jeffrey as well. I love Andy too, but like Jeffrey is just... Can I just say I love them both equally? David said, I've been watching your YouTube videos for a long time. The first video I was watching was when you got 100 subs. I hope you keep up the good work. Thank you very much. That's just fucking lovely. I was thinking about doing like a throwback reaction if I hit 50,000. subscribers because I just hit 40,000. And I was thinking, well, I might get to 50 someday. I should probably plan a video for if I ever do that, because that's quite a big deal. But shit, you joined at the 100 subs video. That is going back a long time. Would you ever consider playing The Walking Dead Telltale? If you have, what's your opinion? I have played it. I have played all of them, except for the newest installment. I am currently doing a replay or a re-walkthrough on my Patreon channel, which a lot of you guys don't know. I keep getting people asking me to do a walkthrough of the Telltale on my channel, and I'm like, I am doing that, but on my Patreon. So the link to that is in the description if you want to check it out. And I fucking love it. I think it's such a smart game. But like, I love interactive games like that anyway. I'm sick, and I want. Is it coming across, you guys? I might go make tea. Yeah, I think I'll take a break and go make a cup of tea because like I know I'm fucking sick. Alrighty, we are back and we have tea. What are your feelings after watching the Fear the Walking Dead Season 5 trailer? I still didn't see your reaction on your YouTube. Yeah, I've had a lot of people asking me about the Fear trailer. I'm not doing a reaction to that. I haven't seen the trailer yet. It's just when the trailer dropped, I just like gotten back from London and I was up the walls with work, as I still am. After today, I'm working all fucking week. So, yeah, I didn't do a reaction because I didn't want to be honest. I love Fear. I'm excited for the next season, but I didn't do a reaction for the trailer. Lauren asked, will you ever do a Queen themed video in the future? Interesting question. I might. I've toyed around with the idea. I know that my Walking Dead is like pretty much just... Did I say my Walking Dead? I know that my channel is pretty much just Walking Dead videos. Freddie Mercury is like one of my favourite human beings ever. We'll see. We'll see if I branch out into things like that in the future. Would you guys be interested in that? G said, hey, I'm Georgia from Lincoln, UK. I was wondering if you have any belief in the theory that Sadiq had something to do with choosing the Pike victims, like telling Alpha to take Tara and Enid instead of Rosita. Thank you. I really hope this question makes the cut. Love you. I fucking love you too. Thank you. I have seen that going around that everyone's like, Sadiq's lying. In a way, I'm like, okay, interesting theory. We didn't see what happened there. We only saw it through Sadiq's recollection. So all we know is what he's telling us. Is it truthful? I am leaning towards yeah, I think Sadiq's telling the truth because, I don't know, I don't see why he would lie. Unless he like fucked up monumentally or did something really, really bad. But yeah, I do believe Sadiq. But I have heard that theory. I Am the Dishonored said, would you ever react to other TV shows such as Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy, and or etc.? I have seen Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, and Sons of Anarchy. Game of Thrones, I don't know. I know the copyright on that is kind of strict sometimes on YouTube, so... Breaking Bad, I watched back when it was on air. I used to love that fucking show. And Sons of Anarchy, I'm currently rewatching, not for reactions, just to enjoy it because I love the show. And I'm somewhere in the middle of season 4, I think. Yes, the whole 3 bunch of numbers. Said, what's your favourite season? My favourite season is probably season 3. Yeah, my favourite season is season 3 just because I love the prison storyline and I love that Michonne comes into it in season 3. There's just a lot about season 3 that I love. So yeah, season 3. Archie Emery said, what's your prediction to where Rick is? Rick is somewhere far away. He's with another community. Simrisa said alpha or beta. I'm gonna have to say beta because I love Ryan Hurst. Although I do think Samantha's doing an amazing job as alpha. She seriously is. Alpha scares me too much. I feel like if you met Alpha and Beta in real life, like the characters, not the actors, I feel like Beta is somebody that you would naturally gravitate towards just to get away from Alpha. The same person also asked, favourite weapon of choice in case of zombie apocalypse. I would grab a Daryl Dixon. Mac White said, what's your favourite country? I mean, I don't know. There's so many that I still haven't visited yet. So much that I still haven't seen, so I don't know. We'll leave that unanswered for now. Ben Murray said, if you could take one character alive or dead and be friends with them IRL, who would it be and why? Ooh! Right. I've 2 answers, right? And stay with me. One would be Daryl, simply because of how loyal he is. Everyone thinks I'm just like in love with Daryl. And I'm like, okay, you might be onto something there. But I love how loyal he is. Like, if you're friends with Daryl, he's never going to leave you. It's the love and the purity behind the dedication that he has. I love that shit, and I love people that emit that kind of energy, so I would love to be friends with someone like Daryl. If he started eating snakes and stuff, I'd be like, you can fuck off away from me for a little while, come back when you're done. My second choice would have to be Carol. She's such a mother, and I know like the meme is don't let Carol have kids. All the kids have bad endings. But Carol herself she is one of my favourite female characters of all time. She's kick-ass, she's badass, she's kind of scary, she's very independent. Like Daryl, she'd have your back. Sam in Wonderland said, do you plan on going to any Walker Stalker Con other than London? I'm not sure yet. I have been toying around with the idea of maybe going to one that isn't London. It's just trying to figure out flights, because I live in Ireland and it's a pain in the bollocks to get anywhere from Ireland. It's like a fucking day-long flight. So it's just trying to get stuff together, but we'll see. I would like to have plans on going to a different one. And actually, if you scroll down a couple of questions, someone asked like the same question but different. The Poetic Peach, did you ever travel to Walker Stalker Atlanta? I'd love to meet you. Atlanta, I'm very interested in, but we'll see. It's a case of trying to get like the money together, trying to get the time off work, and just trying to get organised in general is the downfall of me. If you could pick one community to join, what would it be? Oh, you'd be on the beach at Oceanside. Wow. I keep forgetting that Oceanside are there. Genuinely, as fucked up as this sounds, I'd probably be with the Whisperers. To me, it feels like the safest way to get around. The bulk of people don't even know that you exist or that you're a thing. And you're walking with walkers. No one's going to want to come up and talk to you if you're walking with fucking walkers. They're just going to avoid you. And I'm like, yeah, goals. The only downside is you have to follow Alpha. And, if you catch her crying, she'll stab you in the neck. So, Frederick said, you read the comics? No, I don't. I used to, but I stopped. Eerily Lovely said, do you think there's a chance Rick and Michonne will reunite in the movies? I really fucking do, considering Michonne is rumoured to be... Michonne is apparently leaving the show next season. Nerd Chronic said, what places would you like to visit in the US? I've always wanted to go to LA since I was a little baby. I've always loved LA. I've loved how it looks, the stories that come out of it, the people that have come from it. LA to me is magical and mythical, and I know to any of you guys who've been there or who lived there, you're like, no it isn't. Yeah, but to me it is. I'm from a fucking small town in Ireland, LA to me is like otherworldly. I've already been to New York a whole bunch of times because I have family over there. It's a beautiful city, but no LA. Oh, if we could be any Walking Dead character, past or present, who would you be? Do you mean like which one do I relate to, or who do I wish I was? You know what? In a really weird way, I'd wish to be Judith. You were protected all your life growing up. People would literally die to mind you. But you also grew up in an atmosphere where people taught you how to protect yourself and how to look out for yourself. You have one of the most loving mothers in the world. And yes, life is going to be hard and stuff, but I mean, she won't have any problem managing herself or looking after herself. And she seems confident being out and about in the world. And I'm like, yeah, I want that. So yeah, maybe do it. Mia said, if you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be and why? Oh, we're getting personal now, my dudes. What would I change? Do you know what? I don't know if we're talking like physical or like characteristic traits here. But if I could honestly change one thing about myself, it would be the way that I think. I am generally, when it comes to myself, I'm a negative person. Not that like I'm mean or I'm cruel or anything. I just mean if somebody compliments me, if somebody says something nice to me, or if I do something good, I'll instantly go, no. And I'll reject it. So like if someone goes, hey, your videos are so funny, I'll be like, no, they're not, they're dumb. Or if someone goes, your hair is really pretty, I'll go, no, it's not, it's shit. I can't accept compliments or anything of that sort. And I know that sounds so fucking big-headed to say because here I am on a video. But I never feel good enough, and I always feel like I'm annoying people. If I try and talk to people that I know, I feel like I'm bothering them. Like when I went up to say hey to Carrie at Walker Stalker, I felt like, oh yeah, I'm annoying him though, I shouldn't be here. When I walk up to friends of mine that I know in real life, if I see them out and about and I go up and talk to them, I'm like, I shouldn't have done that, I'm probably annoying them. There's just this really weird mindset that I have, that I'm constantly an annoyance or that I'm bothersome, and I'm like, I know I need to get over that, but that's one thing I wish I could change. I've already answered that one. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and who would you take with you? Oh fuck, that's a good question. Do you know what? Just to make my mom happy, I'd probably visit the wreckage of the Titanic, and I would bring my mother with me. My mom is a huge history nerd. She is out of her mind obsessed with the Titanic. She has been since she was younger. Nothing got to do with the movie, the actual ship itself. We actually went to the Titanic exhibition the one that used to travel around the world. We went and saw that. We got to touch an actual piece of the ship. But yeah, I would bring her to see the wreckage because I think it would blow her mind. Is Charlie said, who is your favourite Walking Dead cast member that you've met? Oh no. I don't like picking favourites. But I have favourites. Alright, so first of all, I would say I don't want to pick one, so can I pick like 2 maybe or 3? Can I give you a top 5? Outside of Michael Rooker, the first walk stalker that I went to, Norman was the first person that I met. And I love Norman. I used to love him back then. We're going back like 4 or 5 years. I was 18-ish. Meeting Norman was like the most mind-blowing thing in my little existence. And he was so cool and nice. Meeting Jeffrey always sticks out too. Because the first time I ever met Jeffrey, he knew me by name. Like he knew who I was because of my videos. And that is one of the scariest, most out-of-body experiences that I have. So that was fucking something. That's also the time I told him to go fuck off as well. If you've seen my old Walker Stalker video, you'll get that reference. But I gotta say, maybe even above Norman and Jeffrey, I'd say maybe Carrie is my favourite because I love him. He's such a lovely man, funny dude, kind-hearted, souled human. Every time I meet him, it's just like, he fills me with happiness. So maybe Carrie. Which, don't tell anyone I said that. I hate picking favourites on anything, but Carrie though. Reese asked if you could replace Henry and Tara's deaths on the Pikes, who would you put in their place? Who would I put in their place? Alpha and Beta. I've said that already, but we're substituting them in for all the deaths. Ronan McPhee said, if you were The Walking Dead in real life, what pet would you have? If The Walking Dead was real life and you had to have a pet, I would pick either a crocodile or a giraffe. Because could you imagine me walking down the road with my crew with a big fucking giraffe walking behind me? First of all, people would see me coming from miles off. Giraffes just look funny. They're just funny looking things. I love their long necks. I love their colouring. They just make me laugh. And then instead of being like, oh, that's Kate, it would be the bitch with the giraffe, you know her, and everyone would know me. Either a giraffe or like a crocodile. Crocodiles are kind of vicious, kind of mad looking, and I like that. So that's my reasoning. Algie said, what do you think about Aaron and his storyline, and have you ever been to Italy? I've never been to Italy, and I love Aaron. I think he's a great character. I think he's picked up a lot over the past season. Yeah, I like Aaron, and I love Ross. Thomas said, do you miss Coral and Rick? How could you even ask something like that? Blurry Face Girl, what is your favourite song from Trench? Maybe 21 Pilots question. My favourite song from Trench is probably either My Blood or Neon Gravestones. Alex, will you react to other shows? No, sorry my dude. We're going to be sticking to The Walking Dead on my channel. And yeah, I can't react to music because copyright. If I react to music, it's going to be copyrighted and that's fucked. Daryl's Dixon's Crossbow. I love your username. Who do you hate on The Walking Dead? Funnily enough, I don't think I hate anyone. No one really pisses me off on the show. SGM said, what do you want your next tattoo to be? I love you. Love you too, bitch. And I have my next tattoo drawn up right beside me. Funnily enough. I draw most of my tattoos before I get them because I'm very particular and I know exactly what I want them to look like. So I have it done, but you guys aren't going to see it until it's actually on me. If I'm not answering your questions, it's because I kind of answered them inadvertently and we're very pushed for time and I don't know how I'm going to get this done, my dudes. I'm going to have to do one for Instagram and one for Twitter. I just know it. Someone said, will you be doing any vlogs? I want to, but I am too fucking shy. Someone else said, what made you want to start a YouTube channel? I had very few friends and none of them watched The Walking Dead. And I thought, well, fuck this shit. I'm going to get online. And it somehow worked out. Other than The Walking Dead, what's your favourite show? At the moment, my favourite show at the moment is Santa Clarita Diet. Somebody said, why don't you make reaction videos to other series? The amount of times I get asked this question and like, okay, copyright is a really big problem. And plus, I want my channel to be a Walking Dead channel. I've stated this like a couple of times before. I want it to be just Walking Dead shit, you know? I don't want to veer out and react to every show just because. It's not the kind of person I am. I don't have interest in reacting to 7 or 8 shows a week because my heart wouldn't be in it. It'd be like I'm just doing it because it's a video. I'd rather stick to the shit that I love and love what I do. Leo Kelly said, if you could do a video with any YouTuber, who would it be? It's so like cliche, but probably Jacksepticeye. Because he's Irish, you know, made a really big impact on me because he burst onto the scene and became massive back when very few people in Ireland were doing it. in comparison to like people from London or England or people from LA or New York. Opportunities come much faster in settings like that. In Ireland, it's hard to make it at anything over here. And Jack is a massive, Sean is his real name, is a massive inspiration to me. So yeah, probably Sean. What actor, actress haven't you met but really want to meet? Are we talking from The Walking Dead or in general? Why am I so fucking pale? I wanted to meet Alana Masterson this year at Walker Stalker, but her line was crazy. So maybe Alana, because she seems like a really nice lady. And do you think Rick will come back to the show, or do you think he'll only appear in the movies? I think he will come back to the show for the very, very last episode of the show ever. If you could have 3 Walking Dead props, what would you have? Oh, I love props. I would want the doors and the don't dead open inside doors. And every time I say that, people laugh at me and they're like, do you even know anything about the show? And I'm like, it's a fucking meme, people. I would want those doors behind me. I'd have that as my backdrop. That's prop number 1. Prop number 2, I want the gates to Alexandria to put outside my house. My house is about to get a real interesting makeover, I've just realised. And prop number 3 that I would like to take and keep would be anything that's easily replaceable with me. So I'd like to take something from the set and just put myself in its place and hope nobody notices. Is there any character that, should they die, it would make you stop watching? I think at this point I've been watching the show for so long and I'm so in it that it's just this show that I love. Honestly, I don't think I'd give up on the show. But for me personally, no, I don't think a character's death would put me off the show. It would definitely anger me if a certain death was handled the wrong way or was too premature or I felt didn't fit the story. It probably would. There's a couple of deaths that would anger me, but none that would be enough to make me stop watching the show. You know, now if like Jeffrey Dean Morgan came out in the morning and was like, you know that Irish bitch on YouTube? Fuck her. She's dumb. I'd be like, I might want to rethink this whole Walking Dead thing. Damn. Will you be doing videos while The Walking Dead is on break? Yes, I will. Don't ask me what, because I haven't figured that out yet. Do you prefer selfies or photo ops at Walk Stalker? I prefer selfies. I think they're more personal. Like if I can squat down and show you. Like the ones just over my shoulder are all from the newest Walk Stalker that I've just went to. The ones above that are like older ones. What's your address? My address is 3 Private Lane. On, you know, I don't welcome people. What's your biggest pet peeve? The number one thing I hate is people eating or drinking loudly. That shit gets on my nerves. I don't like it when people are overly open either. Like if you meet someone and I had an experience like this recently in work. When you meet someone and they're like, oh, you can trust me. It's like, okay, why did you have to say that though? That's kind of fucking weird. I had an experience like that recently and I remember just standing there being like, cool. If you're stuck on a desert island, you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? Chocolate. What would your plan be if the zombie apocalypse ever happened? I'd just lie down and accept my death. There's no fucking way I'd fight through that shit. I wouldn't be able to handle that. The anxiety would kill me. And if that didn't, my stupidity would. Where in Ireland do you think would be the best place to ride out a zombie apocalypse? I don't know. The ocean? Because you're fucked if you're in Ireland and the apocalypse hits. I did a whole video on that shit. Irish Rob. You looking for tips, is it? We're died if the apocalypse fucking cracks out. If you could be on The Walking Dead, what type of character would you play? Ooh. Do you mean current or like a new character? I would like to play a character that's like really mysterious and like distant and is just cloaked in mystery. But then they talk and you're like, how did you survive this long in the apocalypse? How have you lived through this? So that's the type of character I'd like to play. Kind of scary, but also kind of lovable. I'd like that shit. Mark said why are you the nicest YouTuber online? It's so refreshing. I still don't consider myself a YouTuber. That's not being humble. I just don't feel like one. But thank you very much, my dude. I think being nice is underrated. People aren't nice enough. I think it's the cool thing now to be cold and disconnected. And it's kind of cool to be a bit of a cunt. And I'm like, no. I don't think that shit's cool. Be nice. Cuddlepunk, what is your favourite and least favourite band? Ooh. My favourite band is either Queen or 30 Seconds to Mars. I've loved 30 Seconds to Mars since I was 12 years fucking old. But my favourite band is probably Queen. My least favourite band... God damn, I'm going to anger somebody with this shit. I don't like Kings of Leon or ABBA. They're the only two that come to mind at the moment. I don't know why I don't like them. I just know that I don't. If you could be one animal, what would it be? I'd be a chameleon. Because I'd like to be able to disappear and freak people out every now and again. The Walking Dead 100. If you read, I want to ask you how many hours does it take to put a reaction on YouTube? Well, it takes 42 minutes to film the video, which is the length of the episode. And then it takes about an hour and a half to edit it. So what does that bring us up to? Over 2 hours? Then you gotta add in how long it takes to upload, how long it takes to answer comments. Oh, fuck. It takes about 4 hours in total, I'd say. For one fucking video. This video is going to take way longer to edit and stuff because it's a question and answer video. It's not as straightforward as a reaction. So, depends on the video. Sean said, ask you stuff. Okay, do you like things? I like stuff and things, I'll have you know. Damn, look at Chandler. It said, what advice would you give to someone getting a tattoo for the first time? Be sure it's what you want. Be totally positive. I would suggest drawing the thing on you if you can for a couple of days or a couple of weeks so you get used to looking at it, because then you'll know, oh yeah, I definitely want that or not, even though I never do that anymore. That's just a piece of advice someone gave me and I liked but never used. Make sure you eat before you get a tattoo because you will get woozy. If you're not cool with blood, don't look at it as it's being done. And get used to having a whole lot of, you know those are permanent, right? Kind of comments, because sweet mother of Jesus. The amount of people that presume that I'm dim-witted enough to not understand that a tattoo is going to be on me forever is astounding. Who is your favourite YouTuber? I don't know. I don't really watch videos anymore. I don't really have the time. I used to love Nikki Tutorials. She does like makeup videos and she's kind of quirky and kind of funny. I love Let's Read. It's an account that does like horror stories and stuff. Love that. I also love YouTube accounts that upload 8-hour-long clips of rain sounds. I love that shit. Somebody asked, how'd you get the idea to start a YouTube channel? Thanks, love, from Greece. I didn't connect very easily with people. I've always found it kind of hard to connect with people. Always. Since I was a kid. This keeps going out of focus and it's getting in my fucking titties. I always found it hard to connect with people. And The Walking Dead just... Honestly, I just decided one day to make a video. And I was like, well, fuck. If no one watches, you know? I want to at least try. Guess it worked out. Loved meeting you, Walker Stalker. My question is, if you were in the Walking Dead universe, what would your character be like? I think I already answered that a couple of minutes ago. But it was lovely meeting you too. Slipknot to Sean said, would you video chat call a fan or subscriber? And are you planning on going to different parts of America? Because I live in Philadelphia. I do want to plan more interactive stuff. Especially like if I'm hitting bigger milestones and stuff with my channel. It's just getting the time and time zones to sync up. And I'm a one-woman show, guys. Like, I hope you know that, you know. I record the videos myself. I edit them myself, post them myself, reply to comments myself. I don't have help from anybody. And that's on top of running my Patreon too, where I upload like 5 times a week. So, it's difficult, but I will try. And, yeah, I do plan on coming to the States sometime very soon. Sarah asked, what brands do you like or use to create your makeup looks? They're always pretty as fuck. Teach me your ways, love, from Glasgow. Sarah, you're the kindest bitch. I swear to God, I love you. You're always up in my mentions. Fucking love you. What brands do I use? I don't know. I use kind of fucking anything. Like my lipsticks. My favourite lipsticks are Wet n Wild. We recently got them over here in Ireland. And they're like revolutionary. It's like €3 for a lipstick. And they stay on for hours. And I'm like... Yeah, those are the lipsticks I love. I don't use primer or anything because I have like oily skin and I break out really easily, so I stay away from that kind of stuff. I do use setting spray. Eyeshadow wise, what do I even have in here? Oh, you guys heard of like I Love Makeup Revolution? They do like inspired by palettes. They're rip-off palettes basically. And there's one that I fucking love at the moment and it's this one. And the colours are just legit like, oh, gorgeous. You can see my Queen vinyls in the reflection of my mirror. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I use. I also love Primark, which is surprising. You guys know Pennies. They do like eyeshadow palettes and you would think they'd be shit, but they're not. If you just use like a good sticky base as a primer for your eyelid, you can make any eyeshadow work. Oh yeah, that's Primark as well. Or we call it Pennies where I'm from. But they do really nice fucking shadows. So... I use whatever I can get my hands on and I just make that shit work, basically. Someone said if you were called back in season 4 and Beth said to Daryl, he'd be the last man standing, what do you think this will actually happen and would Daryl be the last man standing? I think Daryl will be, and he'll be the last of the originals. Or, if they do decide to kill Daryl off, he will die believing everyone else is dead, so he'll die believing he was the last. Mad Girl Space Girl said, what's the most important piece of advice you would give to your fans that you wish you'd known yourself sooner? I just wish that I had understood that I'm not as important as I think I am. Now, stick with me for this one. No one is harder on yourself than you are. So if you're paranoid thinking everyone's staring at you, everyone's looking at you, oh, you shouldn't have said that, chances are no one else is thinking that but you. You blow it up in your head to be such a bigger deal. That's something that I have come to realise and I'm learning to be comfortable with. And I wish I'd known that sooner, because I let that kind of fear hold me back from so much. And also, something else I wish I could have taught myself is negative people just aren't worth your time. If there's someone in your life who's a shitty person, or they're mean, or they're a bit, you don't have to be around people like that. Be it like online or in real life. Like with negative comments and shit, I don't pay that shit any attention. I used to. And now I'm like, haha, you're bitter, but here you are writing me a comment. I just wish I had learned how to care less years ago. I have got to that stage where I have learned to give less of a fuck. And let me tell you, it's a great fucking place to be. And I love you to pieces, by the way. And it was lovely getting to meet you. Amber Crazy Life, we're going to have to absolutely power through these, because my god, this video's like over 40 minutes. How are you? I'm good. Do you ship Daryl and Carl? Used to, but don't anymore. Don't hate me. I'm so sorry. Love you, Amber. How can I get popular on YouTube or Instagram? Dude, I don't fucking know. I still don't know how the fuck I'm doing it. I'm somewhat like okay on YouTube. Instagram, like shit. Like only recently my pictures started getting more kind of popular, I guess, than they were. I used to get like 50 or 60 likes on the follow. Now I'm getting like 500, and I'm like, when the fuck did that happen? If you base it on something that you love, then your love will shine through for the thing. The Walking Dead was to end in the season 10 finale. How would you want the ending to happen? What story would you give the final episode? Dude, I don't know. I don't think it's going to end in the season 10 finale. But I want the end to be... I would love a really sad, depressing ending. I'd love like everyone to die. That really sounds really shitty. But like, I don't want a happy ending where they all walk into the sunset holding hands. Like, fuck that. Because then there's more of the story to tell. If anyone walks away alive, there's still a story there. I want it dead. No more fucking story. Everyone we know and love is gone. It's a really weird way to phrase that. Do you speak Spanish or any different language apart from English? Sha. Tome kainta skrelga? Is that how you say that? Ismala Milshan. Agus. Couple more. If you guys speak Irish and you know what that means, don't translate it. Let people think it's some beautiful piece of poetry. I speak a little bit of Irish. Not a lot. I used to speak French. I used to be very good at speaking French, but I haven't done it in fucking years. Je voudrais aller au supermarché. Je vais aller au Dublin avec mon frère. I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't speak languages very I can barely speak English, okay? The most emotional scene you'll never forget from The Walking Dead. Negan lineup, Pikes, and the Karzekiel breakup. What's your favourite thing about Jeffrey and Norman? They're dorks. They're really cool men. They look cool, but they're fucking dorks, both of them. I put up a tweet last night about a helmet that you can get someone's face printed on it. Jeffrey replied to it, was like, oh yeah, but only if we can wear each other's faces, about him and Norman. And I'm like, you're such a dork. But Jeffrey and Norman in real life, total nerds, both of them. Ethan said, how'd you edit your videos? How do you put the box in the corner? I use iMovie. If you use iMovie as an editing software, there's like a thing called Picture in Picture, and it's really fucking handy. Being Bamboozled said, if you could be the creator of any YouTube video, what would it be and why? Probably, do you guys remember the mysterious ticking noise? It was this Harry Potter video that went fucking viral like 10 years ago. That video, I think, was one of the first viral videos on YouTube, and I would have loved to have just had something to do with that. DV Ann said, what are your top favourite Taylor Swift songs? Back to music. I thought I'd get this done in 20 minutes. I haven't even moved on to the Twitter questions yet. My all-time favourite Taylor Swift song is a song called Clean. My favourite Taylor Swift album is 1989. Since it came out, I was like, fuck, this is a pop banger of an album. Reputation, It's not my favourite Taylor era. I love the bad bitchness of it, but like, I don't know. It's not my favourite album, you know? I love the song This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things. I think the metaphors and the imagery she uses in that song is really smart and really pretty to think about. The whole, you know, thinking about kind of sort of a Gatsby themed party and this, that and the other. I love that. So yeah. Maybe This Way We Can't Have Nice Things, Clean, and a song called Never Grow Up. Now that's an oldie. What's your full opinion on the season? I'll be doing a video on that and you guys will hear all about it. Who's your favourite reactor? You are, but you can't say yourself. Rick Grams of Alexandria. The Shade. Who's my favourite reactor? I quite like the governor. You guys know the guy that plays or he dresses up as the governor to do reactions. I think he's quite funny. I like Fail Whale because he's really nice and down to earth. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to pick a favourite because everyone's kind of individual and has their own kind of style going. Favourite 21 Pilots song or album? My favourite 21 Pilots album is Vessel. My favourite 21 Pilots song ever, it's either Migraine, Kitchen Sink, or My Blood. 3 wildly different songs, I know. At what point would you stop watching The Walking Dead? Probably if The Walking Dead was ever cancelled. That's around the time I'd stop watching it. What do you think of Dwighty Boy? He's my favourite. Fucking love Dwight. Can't wait for him to cross into fear. Have you ever thought of going YouTube full time? And if so, do you think your life and your work should be separate or intertwined? That's a very interesting question that I have been giving a lot of thought to. I'm quite open online. I don't really hide anything from you guys because I don't see the fucking point. I want to be open and I want you to know me. I have thought about doing YouTube full time and I think that would be a very good move for me. But the problem is money. I have to live, as everyone does. I need money for food, for lively things. And YouTube just does not provide that, being honest. You know, my job at the moment, it's okay. I'm managing. Am I happy there? I can't say no because I'm not miserable, but it's not what I want to do with my life. I want to do more and be more. I just don't know what that entails. I don't know how to go about that. I'd love to do YouTube full time, or at least content creating full time. And I don't think your life and your work should be intertwined. I do think they should be kept separate. Because if you get too sucked into everything and the lines are blurred between work and personal life, shit just gets messy. You have to learn how to come away from stuff and separate things, compartmentalize, and take a breather for you. So that's my answer to that. That was very wordy. Favourite Queen song? Oh, my favourite Queen song is You Take My Breath Away. Hands down, no questions asked. That is the most beautiful song ever written. How many tattoos do you have? I love you, send you big up from Puerto Rico. Thank you so much. And I don't know, I stopped counting. I think I'm in the 30s when it comes to tattoos, but I stopped counting them. Who's your favourite Walking Dead villain? Personally, I like Alfred Negan, but who's your fave? My favourite villain is definitely Negan. He was the baddest bitch I think I'd ever seen on a screen. I loved him. He was so bad and mean and cruel. And to this day, he's still fucking cruel, but I love him. Alpha scares me. Madison said, who's the nicest that you didn't expect to be as nice from the cast? And what concert was better, Panic or 21 Pilots? I'm going to answer this right now, and nobody try and fight me, because I will fucking throw hands. Panic, simply because I've loved them longer. I think Brendan is the best vocalist of our time. And if you don't believe me, Google Brendan Urie vocal range and come back to me. The nicest cast member is hands down Carrie Payton. That man. That being said, Jeffrey is very kind too. Jeffrey's very kind. He's probably more kind than he should be with people. But yeah. With Supernatural having the final season, would you want Jared and Jensen to have a role in The Walking Dead, and what kind of part would you want them to play? I'd love Jared and Jensen to come into the show and for them to be like, you know, killing fucking zombies, fucking shit up, doing their thing, and then have them just subtly say, our dad went on like a hunting trip and we haven't found him in years, or something like that, and just be like, the crossover. Our favourite Walker Stalker you've been to? My favourite Walker Stalker, probably Walker Stalker from 3 years ago. So that would be the year I met Carrie for the first time, if you guys can even see that. It's the year that Norman, where's my Jeffrey? Okay, I had a picture with Jeffrey from that year too, but can you guys even see this? I prefer that one, so I put that one up. That's Jeffrey, by the way. But it's the year that Norman, Jeffrey and Carrie all recognised me from YouTube, and that shit just absolutely blew my mind the fuck away, and it was incredible. So that was probably my favourite Walker Stalker. What's your opinion on Judith? Love you so much. I love you too. Shoe fridge. And I think Judith's going to grow up to be a kick-ass character. She's already an amazing little lady. What The Walking Dead villain do you think you'd be able to forgive for everything they've done? By Jackie. Jackie. Honestly, I don't think I could forgive any villain for what they've done. I know that people change and people can adapt. But like with Negan, for example, when you crack two people's heads in with a baseball bat, that's not like indirectly tweeting about someone, you know? That's next level shit. I don't think I'd ever forgive the villains in the show. I can understand that they change and I can roll with their new way of thinking and the new character they're becoming, but I'll never forgive. Young mom said, if you could ever watch one season of The Walking Dead over and over again, what would it be? This is going to sound really weird. It's my favourite season, season 3. But I would probably watch season 7 over and over again from start to finish. Or maybe season 6, because I loved the build up to Negan. I don't know. It's Sam said, who's your favourite cast member to meet or see at Walker Stalker? I think I've answered that quite a few times. Why don't you smile in pictures? You're too beautiful to not be smiling. I don't like smiling in pictures. I don't like my smile. Never have. So if I want to like a picture of me, I'll not smile, because then I'll like the picture, if that makes sense. Rachel said, who's your favourite girl character on the show? Who's your favourite guy character? Oh no. I gotta go at my heart. Carol has been my favourite girl character since season fucking like 1. Favourite guy character? I don't want to say Daryl, because that's so like, no, Daryl and Carol. Oh god, I don't know. If you could keep one tattoo, what would it be? I wouldn't choose. If I had to get rid of tattoos and keep one, I would just choose to get rid of them all, to be honest. There's no way I'd keep one and get rid of the rest of them. They're all special for different reasons. Do you think Maggie will come back? I do. I think she'll be back sooner rather than later. Where do you rank each season of The Walking Dead? Least favourite to favourite. Season 2 is my least favourite. And season 3/4 are my favourites. After that, you can just fuck all the other seasons in there in whatever order. Season 9 is definitely up there, so I'd say season 9 is maybe my second or third favourite season. What county in Ireland are you from? Said Red Wolf. I'm from Limerick. I'm a Limerick bitch. That's Limerick City. How do you think things are played out if Coral didn't die? I don't know, and I hate thinking about the what ifs because it makes me mad about the fact that he did die. What draws you into The Walking Dead so much? Why do we like it so much? I would honestly say the reason that I was drawn so much to The Walking Dead is because it was so different, and I needed a distraction in my life when I started watching the show. I was going through a really bad time, found the show, and it gave me something to love and be passionate about, and I felt like it put colour into my life when I needed it. So I'll forever be thankful for that, and I will stick with the show until the bitter fucking end because of what it did for me. That's outside of my channel. That's outside of all of this crazy shit that happened since then. What was the best part of season 9 and the worst part? I don't know. I'd say the best part of season 9 was the Whisperers being introduced, because that shit was batshit crazy. I loved that. Alpha and Beta, just two little psychopaths. You know, and it's been a while since we had a villain like that, because Negan hasn't been, a villain in a while. He's still a bad guy, but he hasn't been the bad guy in a while. The worst part, do you mean the most boring part or like the most brutal to watch? Because if we're talking about the most brutal to watch part, it would have to be the pie, because that shit broke my heart. Anyway, you guys, that is it for this video. Oh no! What I'm going to do is I'm going to split them into two. I'm going to do my Twitter question and answer directly after this video, and it'll be up either today or tomorrow, depending on how fast I edit, my dudes. So I hope you enjoyed that Instagram question and answer. I'm going to do question and answers more because I love talking to you guys. I want to get fucking personal. You know, I don't want to just be some girl on a screen that you watch from time to time. I want you guys to know me. So we're going to do this shit more often. Okay? I hope you guys are having a lovely week, and I'll talk to you all soon.